Karma just means actions. You can see that because etymologically the root of it in Sanskrit is kur, which is related to the English word to create, to make. So, if one asks the question, why am I the kind of person I am now? Why do I behave in the way I do? Why does the world appear to me in the way it appears to me? The answer, from our point of view, and Buddhist point of view, is that is our making, that is our doing. We shape who we are continuing the process of becoming, of course, because it's never fixed and never static. And to some extent, we shape the experience of others and the world around us. So we are creators. We are the creators. So we're the ones who are responsible. That means that in terms of what we've got on our plate now, in terms of our weaknesses and strengths and the recurrent patterns we experience, the way people appear to us, that's our doing. That's our responsibility. We chose certain actions in the past, actions of body and speech, and even, if you like, mental actions in terms of our motivations, and they produce certain outcomes. As Buddha said, what is karma? Karma is intention and what results from intention. So, although karma is often what you do with physically and verbally, its root is in the mind, and that's very important. Because what makes certain actions virtuous and others non-virtuous, virtuous actions, of course, in the Buddhist equation lead to happiness, and non-virtuous actions lead to suffering, is primarily their motivation. So actions done out of self-aggrandizement, or put another way, out of desire, hatred and ignorance, they're unskillful actions, which, despite our wishes, produce suffering. So who is the author of our suffering? The answer is karma. And what is karma? Karma is intention and what results from intention. Contrary to that, if we choose to act virtuously, motivated by the opposite of hatred and ignorance and desire, these actions, these karmic actions, tend to produce positive, happy situations through which we bring benefit to others and through which we bring benefit to ourselves, in the sense that we create the right harmonious conditions for further spiritual development. So karma is a teaching about the past in the sense that we have to accept what we have in the present and not blame a god or a devil or some other agency. We chose in that sense. But it's a teaching about the future in that we can shape the future. Sometimes people misunderstand karma in the West and think of it as some kind of closed system, some kind of fate. No, it teaches us to own up to our responsibility, but in owning up to our responsibility and not looking around to blame other people for our situation now, we are given enormous freedom, enormous creativity in our hands, precisely because we can make a change. We don't need to go on behaving negatively, selfishly, indulgently. We can shape a different set of circumstances for ourselves and others by choosing virtue over non-virtue. And then sometimes people say, is everything karmic? Well, everything arises from causes and conditions. There's no exception to that. Everything physical and mental arises from the interaction of causes and conditions. We can see this in nature. So earthquakes happen through different kind of shifts in tectonic plates and so on and so forth. They're not just some random event in that sense that an almighty God has decided because he's bored to make happen. They arise through natural interaction. And karma, the natural interaction of causes and conditions. And karma is a facet of that, an aspect of that. So everything happens through cause and effect, but human karma is just an aspect of that. I say this because sometimes people want to see karma as like, in a way, a being behind everything. No, karma is behind our suffering and happiness, for sure. But we don't need to think of it as some kind of hidden hand making earthquakes happen in the San Andreas Fault or somewhere like that. where we'll show our karma is how we responded to that, of course, if it happened to us. That would be the real showing of what we'd become through our previous actions and choices. So everything arises through causes and conditions. Everything arises as an aspect of the play of cause and effect, the succession of causes and effects, and karma is part of that.